Hey, what's up guys? This is David with Stock Android Tech. Today I'm going to be doing a review based on Android Nougat 7.0 on my LG G5. And welcome back guys. So I've had Android in 7.0 in my G5 for the last week, and I will have to say that I am highly impressed when it comes to the battery usage. Before Android Nougat, when I had Marshmallow, I've noticed that my battery would drain very quickly. I'm an everyday user on my Android device, either between my YouTube channel, Google Plus, or social media in general. And I would have to say at the end of the day, my battery is between 25, maybe 30%. But ever since the update to Android Nougat, my battery has been outstanding. I want to say on a daily use on my device at the end of the day, I'm looking between, I want to say 40, maybe 48%. And that's an actually big improvement since the update. Now, as far as the device lagging, it does not lag whatsoever. It never lagged in 6.0 and it's still not lagging in 7.0. So that's another plus. It is still smooth when I'm pulling down my notification tray, obviously, and expanding my navigation keys and whatnot. I'm able still to get in settings smoothly, you know, the whole nine. And I have to say, I'm still impressed with the new software update. I mean, the other thing that I'm really impressed about, not only that it's smooth and it does not lag, but I love the way the notifications are actual stackable cards. I love the way this looks. I mean, you can pull it down and you can view your comments, you can post, comment on them. I mean, this notification tray, I have to say, is pretty freaking cool. I love the new Android 7.0 notification tray. Now, another thing that has changed, and I'm going to go over 11 things that have changed on my G5 since the update to Nougat 7.0. So what I'm going to do first is go down a list, because I wrote them down so I can go over it with you guys. But the icons are still the same, but I've noticed that right here on calendar that it's actually more cleaner. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the icons on your device, if you have the G5 and you got the update recently, your icons look a little sharper than the previous version in 6.0. So when I saw this, I was actually impressed. And I'm like totally hooked on the icons right now. It's amazing on how well it came out on the new update. It is sharper, it is smoother. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, the one thing that has changed, and I'm going to start, number 10. I'm going, working my way from the top and bottom of the list. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go under the settings, and I'm going to go under the display and go to home screen. Now this is going to be one of the things that have changed, and what have changed is the grid size. Now originally, before the 7.0 Nougat update, you had two options. You can do either 4x5 or 5x5. 5x5 is what I'm setting at right now, and you have a new option for the grid size, which is 4x4. Now I tried 4x4. I did not like it whatsoever. It has made everything so freaking big. I was just totally like, it was unattractive. So I kept it between 4.5 and 5.5. So that is one of the changes in the LG G5 when it comes to the Android 7.0 Nougat update. Now, what I'm going to go back and do is go under lock screen. Now, here's another feature that has been added to 7.0 on my device. Originally on the G5, when you had the Android Marshmallow, you were able to do a smart lock, a pin, or pattern, but if you had your device unlocked, you can have the shortcuts added to your lock screen. Well, now ever since the update, it doesn't matter if you have a fingerprint gesture, it doesn't matter if you have a pattern or smart lock, whatever the case may be. Now that the update has come into my device, I'm able to add shortcuts on the lock screen, and it doesn't matter how I have my security settings set up. in my lock screen. So when that was actually added, I was highly impressed, because that does come in handy when I want to get to something very quickly. So by them adding that was a big huge thank you. And yeah, that was pretty freaking cool. Now on the next option we're going to do is basically in developer options. Now under developer options, there has been a crap load of changes on my device since I got the update. Now I want to give you guys a heads up that if you have the 7.0 update and you just received it, you have the G5 or any other LG devices that have the developer options where you can scroll all the way down, you want to go ahead and enable force activities to be resizable. And it means basically that if you enable this feature, you can make all the activities resizable for multi-window views. And it doesn't matter of the manifest value. So if you enable that, you can actually use that to your advantage. Now I'm not going to go through the whole entire options and developer options. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to scroll through, you know, and show you what has been added, what has still been the same. And I mean, right here where it says desktop backup password, that was, you know, always been implemented when you had the Marshmallow. But right here where it says enable Bluetooth HCI Snoop log, that was not in Marshmallow. You also have where it says web view implementation Chrome stable, that was not in Marshmallow, but it is now available in 7.0. Enable multi-process web view, now that is brand new in developer options. Also have this is really cool. This has also been added to developer options for the Nougat update. Automatic system updates, I have that enabled. You have demo mode. You still have USB debugging. You have power menu bug reports. I'm not really sure if that was in 6.0 or not. So that's like a thrown up in here. I really don't know. I really don't pay attention to that part in general. But like I said, if you go into your developer options and just look around, there has been a lot of new options added in developer options. And again, you want to make sure you enable force activities to be resizable. Now what I'm going to do is get back out of developer options, and I'm going to go into the next phase of what has been added to my device since the update to Android Nougat. Now I'm going to go into display, and I'm going to go into home screen. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back out of home screen. I'm going to go into general. Sorry. Go to display, go all the way back down to the very bottom and go to more. Now right here is new. It says display size. What this basically means is you can actually shrink down the applications to a lower standards that actually fits you. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, and this is actually a new feature that has been added to my device since the update. When I saw this, I was pretty much relieved, because originally when I got this device under Marshmallow, the icons were so freaking huge, it was totally unattractive to me. And so when I found this option, I went ahead and took full advantage of it. So that has been added to the device since the update. Now the battery, like I said, has improved. But the cool thing is, and I can't exactly show you because I'm afraid that if excuse me, I'm afraid that if I go to my lock screen to show you what I'm talking about, I'm afraid the video is going to stop. But I'm going to take a chance because I want to show you that what has been added since the update. So I'm going to give this a shot and see if this actually works. So I'm going to go into my home screen. I'm going to double tap, and on my device. Okay, so apparently what I was trying to do was I was trying to lock my device so I can show you guys what the shortcuts will look like on the lock screen, the notifications on the lock screen, and the new battery icon on the lock screen. Apparently it didn't work, because as soon as I opened up my device, I've noticed that my recording was paused, so I went ahead and just turned it on and continued the video. So basically what I was trying to do was I logged to my device, and ever since the update to Nougat, you have a battery icon that shows you your battery. It doesn't give you the actual display text, but it just shows the picture of the actual battery, and it shows you how much battery you've used or what you're on. And so that's what I was trying to show you with the new update. I got that feature. And I was also trying to show you guys that on your lock screen, whenever you get notifications, either from your email, your social media apps, Google Plus, whatever, if those apps are able to do quick reply, you can do that from the lock screen as well. And that saves a whole bunch of trouble. And that is something that was actually pretty cool, and I was really thrilled about having. And so, yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and go now into the actual settings. I'm going to continue with the new add-ons on the actual device of mine. So if I want to go into display, go up down to display, and you go into themes. Now this is new. Now on the 6.0, you never had this options to do themes for your LG device. Ever since the update, you have options. You can do either the stock Android LG G5 look, the black bold, or the high contrast. And if you want it, just click on it and then just set it and you're good to go. And it changes pretty much. I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to go back to my home. The icons are the way they are now. As you can see, I'm going to pull down my notification tray. It's white, everything's good. And I'm going to go into settings real quick. And as you can see, the settings in the background are white and cyan, green, whatnot. Now what I want to do is go into my themes, and I want to go to high contrast and hit apply. It's going to load up any second. Okay, and then right here is the new black contrast theme. So if you pull down notification tray, this has completely changed from one color to a different color. And if you go into your settings, everything has completely changed as far as the buttons to enable or disable, the sounds in the background. If you listen, the sounds has even changed. Everything, the way it looks, has completely changed ever since I applied a new theme. So, if you want to get out of there, just go ahead and go back in the theme and just originally check on the basic stock LG version. Now, this will take off your wallpaper when you're switching in between themes. So every time you do this, you might want to reconsider reapplying your wallpaper when you switch to a new theme or whatnot. So that's one of the options that have been added into the LG G5 device. Now, the home touch buttons, there has been changes on that. And if you go into home touch button, go to button combination, they actually added the notification, the capture, and the Q slide. The Q slide wasn't, no, I'm sorry, the Q slide was on here, but the capture and the notification was not. So ever since the update, notification has been installed, and the capture has been installed as well. And so that was one of the other features. Now the color, as far as the keys, it's still white and black. Nothing has really changed when it comes to that in general. And what I'm going to do now is get out of there, and I'm going to go into the data saver. Now the data saver has been added into Android Nougat, and right here where it says data saver, you can turn it on and you can turn it off from the notification tray, or you can go into settings and you can select your apps on what apps you want to select to save data in the background. So that has actually been added. Do not disturb, it's still here, which is a good thing. You still got your sync, your NFC, your rotation. You still have all your basic settings that originally came in Marshmallow, and it has been transferred to Android Nougat. So that's a pretty big plus, because do not disturb is very important to me. Now I'm going to go into one more feature that has been added. This is our last one right here. So I'm going to go under General, and I'm going to go into Google Services. Now a lot has completely changed under Google Services, and I mean a lot. Smartlock for passwords is new. That's completely brand new when I got the update. Security, 50-50 pretty much. And restore contacts, Android Pay, ads, ad preview messages, connected apps, data management, Google Cast, Google Fit. A lot, like I said, a lot has changed under Google services since the update of Android Nougat. So that's pretty much it. I went over 12 things that have been added onto the LG G5 since the Android Nougat 7.0. If you guys are going through AT&T, you might want to go check your OTAs. You should be available. Already got mine. And that's roughly it, guys. So I hope this helps, and you know, make a decision whether or not if you want to stay with Android Nougat or Android Marshmallow. So if you have any questions or whatnot, leave your comments down below. If you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Until then, I will catch you all on my next video. Peace.